Hey, Coach, offensively, it seemed like you weren't able to get in a rhythm from the beginning of the game. It was something they were doing or something you just didn't do tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, the Kings, they're a heck of a team. They had a great game plan. They double teamed our guys. Thought we moved the ball pretty decently. It's hard to win when you shoot 36%. I mean, we missed tons of shots in the paint, missed open threes. Just one of those nights where, their aggressiveness dictated a little bit of our offense. I thought ball got a little sticky at times against the blitz. We didn't make the early pass as much. And then when we did, we just missed some shots. So got to give them a lot of credit. They played really well tonight.
Taylor, I think Zubac had a lot of success against you guys on the boards, and then Sabonis, 21 boards today. What particularly are you noticing where those guys are able to have those big nights on the boards?
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, Zubac was great on offensive rebounds. Sabonis had 2. He had 19 defensive rebounds. We shot 36%. So, I think them collectively as a team, had however many offensive rebounds, and then it was like 10 second chance points in the first half that hurt us. I mean, I can't remember what the score. We were down 12, but 10 second chance points, like those possessions, that they scored off of, those hurt us, in the first half. So tonight was more about, his defensive rebounding than offensive.
Obviously, it's come against 3 very good offensive teams, but I think last year you didn't give up 49% or better very often, and that's happened 3 straight games now. So, I mean, I guess how do you view it? Do you have to make changes schematically? Is it an effort thing? I guess what do you view as sort of the problems defensively?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to look at the trends that we've seen all season long. Obviously small sample size. Looking more at the last 2 games. It's definitely things we've been talking about. Pick and roll. Coverages. What we can do a little bit better there. Our shifting. Obviously, teams are really hurting us in the high quad. How we can clean that up. That's something that we got to talk about. Some is second chance kickouts as well. Pick up points. Discipline there. But it's definitely something that we're studying a lot, and obviously we've regressed the last couple of games.
On the other side of the rebounding coin, you missed 52 field goals tonight, 1 offensive rebound. How much of that is effort issues, and how much of that is playing smaller lineups and focusing on transition defense?
Smaller may have a factor. We haven't done it a whole lot, so I've got to probably study that a little bit. When we talk about our running habits and exploring, those opportunities to run through the lane, I think our smalls have actually done a pretty decent job in recent games. Tonight it definitely, stood out to me. I mean, I don't think we got our first offensive rebound until, the end of the game with X. So, we got to get Biz, on the boards. We got to get Jaren on the boards. We got to get our smalls, especially when you have a shooting like that. The running habits is something that we got to continue working on, knowing that those are, opportunities to regain some more, second chance opportunities for us. So something we got to dive in and get some more practice in on.
Hey, Taylor, as it pertains more to Jaren Jackson Jr., just wanted to get your perspective on what you're noticing from the standpoint of we see, a lot of times defensively, it kind of looks like he's in no man's land where he's contesting shooters, but he's not really able to impact the paint, usually like he does defensively. What is the reason for that, so to speak? Like his blocks numbers are down. I don't think he really had too many of those chances today. Just what are you noticing in particular that's kind of leading to that?
Yeah, I mean, we got to put him in positions to be active and play to his strengths for sure. I think the shooting lineups. He was guarding some guards tonight, so that's definitely unique matchup and challenge. Obviously, he was playing the 5, so with some of the switching and different coverages that we had, being that secondary guy that can come over and block shots, whereas it's like his superpower. We've got to be mindful of what are the matchups. We changed that in the third quarter. He didn't get the blocks, but I thought he had an influence in the paint. On some of their pick and rolls or post ups with Sabonis, but that's something that we've got to get better at. Knowing that teams, regardless of who they have out there, his best power is coming over and being active. But there's also times where we got to be smart, knowing the defending the 3-point line's big too. So.
Percentage-wise on the 3-point shooting, it's been down this year, but you haven't had Luke, and you got him back. What impact do you think he will have in the long term overall on 3-point shooting and sort of raising that percentage maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely know that's one of the things we've got to significantly get better at is, working inside out. The attempts of, I thought early in the season we're getting up. We were having some success, but obviously having one of the elite shooters of the game out there. You saw him come out tonight, 5 for 8, shot with a lot of confidence. Didn't really, drew up a couple of plays for him, but just him playing off the ball, when we had good ball movement, especially against our blitz defense, we got second, third actions, driving, kick, and his spacing was great. That's going to be a big factor for us. Obviously figuring out the lineups. We're trying to be mindful of the minutes coming back with a long layoff. Try to have a kind of a ramp up period over the next couple of games, and then hopefully his minutes can increase, especially when he's playing with that confidence and that success. Great, thanks everyone. Happy New Year.